Well, good evening and happy Friday to everyone. Good evening to the YouTube side. I hope you've had a great week and had a good Halloween. And good evening to the Rumble side. Again, I hope you had a great week and happy Halloween to you. I wish I could say that Halloween was good, but wow, did I have a Halloween. Let's just say it included multiple power outages, one of them caused by a car wreck. I do hope the people that were in that wreck are fine. However, another issue I've been having is some problems with my computer, and especially with connecting my computer to the streaming computer. I've been working for like 2 days to get everything fixed. Well, with the help of my roommate, who happens to be something of an IT wizard. Hello, drive by. You say hi all. Hi, Bella. Looking good. Well, thank you. I appreciate you popping in to let me know that. But now, things seem to be okay. So tonight, we're just going to chill out, play whatever falls in our lap, and test things out. So, let's see. We have a few games we could choose from. I have a couple new ones in here. Let's see. All right, scroll down. Yes, these. Oh, yeah, I did play this one on Wednesday. This was fun. I've only gotten 10 of the 15 achievements. This was creepy, but fun. So I'm going to definitely recommend that one, especially considering it's only $5 and it's short. Let's see what else we got. We got Dwarf Fortress, which nobody needs to see me suck at that. Hi, Nordic. You say hi, Miss B. How are you this evening? I am doing much better than last night. Doing much better than the past couple of days where I was pulling my hair out trying to figure out computer issues, which are hopefully figured out. We got Eden Crafters, which we haven't been in a bit. But you know what? I don't feel like getting into that. And besides, that's kind of on the long side. I want something short and easy. I tried to pop on last night, I think, but was Wednesday. And yes, the chatbot wasn't working. It turned out it needed to be updated again. So after the stream, I actually posted a note in the community tabs to apologize to you and Kaladin for not seeing your messages. But I did update it, and it does seem to be working again. So yay! That's one problem down. Now, what else we got in here? Got a couple new things. We have this game, which is hilarious. You should play one of the Sidmar Civ games. No need for apologies. Well, thank you. But still, I was sad to have known that I missed your greeting. That kind of made me mad too. I was like, okay, do I have to schedule like an alarm once a week to check and make sure that darn thing is working? I guess I must. This it's technically a bullet hell game. It is so much fun. I suck at it right now, but it's so much fun. And it kind of, it's made to look and feel like an 80s kung fu action movie. Did you see Khajiit Pesach? Yes, I did. And I replied, I said that I would draw Khajiit coins. Of course, I have already drawn some coins. They are in my Redbubble shop as part of my little RPG sticker set, which includes some coins, a bag, a map, a magical staff. I think that was about it. They're not, well, I mean, they were some of my best drawing at the time. Ooh, Now that's a game I'm going to have to play on stream sometime. Not tonight, though. That would take too long. But Return to Moria. I have Return to Moria. I need to play it. Let's see. There's Nightingale. We could pop into that for an hour. I don't know anything catching your fancy. Oh, here's another game. Salt 2. Pirate Dragons is okay. I'm still waiting for them to improve it. The controls are a little funky feeling for my taste, but it's okay. It is from the same people who made the game Hammerhelm, and that was the game where you're a dwarf having to build a kingdom for her people on the surface. I guess you and your little group of dwarves don't want to live underground and mine anymore. It's a fun game. Been around for a while too. Of course, we got Necrophysis, but we've already played the demo of that. Ocean World. That is the demo for Eden Crafters. So that's the demo for this game. It still shows up in my list, even though, I have the full game. Yeah. Yep. That Ocean World is the planet that's got the big giant wave. The very first time I played the demo, I was totally not expecting that wave. It came out of nowhere, and I barely got inside my base before I got washed away. I was like, what the beep? It was funny. I've gotten to the point where I really like when that wave comes, because the music that goes with that wave is just great. I love the music. But yeah, we have Salt, which is actually a kind of a fun game, but the graphics are pretty That's okay. Last time I was boogie boarding, I didn't see the wave that went past at my arse and took me right to the bottom and right up on shore. That sucked. Well, you're fortunate you didn't drown in the process. But yeah, Salt is fun, but the graphics are kind of funky. So this went on sale for 50% off. And I picked it up because they're talking about adding multiplayer to it. Yeah, a lot of these are base building games. I mean, Nightingale is a base building game. Enshrouded is a base building game. We could go hop into Enshrouded and take a look around. I mean, Valheim is a base building game. Most of the survival games are base building games. I mean, Small Land is a base building game. I haven't played that in an age, though. Wait, where? Where? Oh. Oh. Actually, Drive-By has Civ 6. That's not mine. Although I could play it. I've never played I can't say I've never played a Civ game, but the last time I played one, it was like maybe 1 or 2, so it was a long time ago. This is a cute little game. If you like Sudoku and you like cats, Sudocats is really cute. And, well, there's a second game called Sudocat, spelled slightly different. They're both great little games. Fun little puzzle game. Then we have the Sunken Land, which I'm still waiting for them to optimize. I'm dynamite when it comes to Civ 2, but for some reason, Gandhi always seems to nuke my civilization. See, I wasn't too great at it. Now that, I'm a little calmer and more likely to think through my decisions, I might be better at it. Now, here's a game I play maybe just a little bit. I played like 208 hours of it so far. It's called Soulstone Survivors. This game is so much fun. I'm like tempted to say, okay, we're going to play this for an hour. But we'll see. I mean, I really, that's a guilty pleasure game. I make no apologies for having played that for 200 hours. Of course, we could do something funky and old school and play Tasty Planet. This game is hilarious. This game is absolutely hilarious. And then there's the demo for Tim Swarm. Is this out yet? When is this coming out? November 13th. Oh my God, this comes out in 13 days. I cannot wait for this. Tiny Glade is that little diorama building game where you make little landscapes like that's one of my little buildings that I did in Tiny Glade. Let me see if I got any others. I don't. Oh, wait, maybe I do. All right, so there's that one. That's just the same one at night. And come back here. And of course, all of these are crooked. I hate that. Okay, so we're just going to pick a random one. So there's a little medieval village or hamlet I was working on with the church. Got a couple little houses. Got a fancy house here. A little tavern over here. I mean, we can look at it if you want. It's actually a lot of fun to make these little dioramas. Oh, I need to update it. Okay. Back to what we were doing. So we could look at Salt 2, because that's brand new. We could look at Karate Survivors. That's brand new. You should build a model diorama of the Maelstrom M. We got the best wine and the best looking elf serving lasses in a 100-mile radius. I mean, we can look at it if you want to. I think that's about it. So, what do you think? Karate Survivor, Salt 2, Soulstone Survivors, Tiny Glade. Anything catch your fancy? Or we could try to do a little, I was going to say we could try to do a little Morrowind, but we're only going to have like an hour. I don't think I can get a lot done there in an hour without, getting lost. Oh, and I have played this, but I haven't played it for stream. You want to make something real quick to eat? You're going to let me pick. Well, you did seem to be kind of interested in Tiny Glade. I could do a little bit in there. That way you could see what it's about. All right, we'll do that. A Tiny Glade it is. She'll be back as soon as possible. All right, we will be here. Unless you're gone more than an hour. And this is actually pretty graphic intensive for a cute little game. So it should give this connection a good test. Oh, look, we're in our little winter village, which you can see I've already started working on. Got a nice little, I think it's a tavern. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I think it is a tavern. It's kind of big. Got multiple entrances. It's cute. We got a little lake for ice skating. Then we got this little place, kind of like a little meeting area for people. A little stage in the middle. Little place where, well, there's no bench. If I could put a bench in, I would. But I don't think we have anything like that. No, we don't. But I imagine there's a couple little benches people can go and change into and out of their ice skates. And then over here we got a couple more houses. Look at the sheep. Oh, hello, sheep. Cute little house with a fenced yard. And over here, not so little house, but it's still very cute. And it's got a little shed in the back. So, let's see. I think last time I was in here, I was clearing up space for another house. Okay. Let me move some trees around. I like that they let you move trees, or you can delete them if you want to. Right now I'm just moving them. So it looks like we got space for two little houses, at least two. Like this little clearing right here. So let's work here. Look, the sheep approves. Well, clearly we need to start with a base. And I feel like this should be let me see. Okay, I can get rid of those. Yay! Right, we actually can make a proper foundation for a house now. I like that. Nola, I like that. We're going to raise it a tiny bit. Now we're going to attach a second piece. And we're going to lower it. We're going to make it smaller. Okay, not that much smaller. And I want to add a path. There we go. So we got little stairs. They go up to kind of like a little porch. Okay, we don't want it to be dark, so hold on. We don't want it to be that bright either. There. Now the time of day won't change while we're working. There we go. Kind of works. Pull this out just a teeny tiny bit. There. All right, now that we've got the foundation, maybe we should put down an actual, I don't know, house? Feel like, there we go. We're not going to make this a 2-story house, I don't think. Pull that out this way. Okay. Pull that out this way. Okay. Definitely need to pull that out this way. How'd that come out? Very good. Now, of course, we have this space here, which means we need another piece. I almost feel like we could put a little balcony right here instead of a... Let's find out. We could. Now, can I put... no, it doesn't look like I could put a railing up. Could put a little edging on it, but not a rail. Well, while we're doing all this, let's pick a color. I think let's go with something green, and then brownish for the trim. So we'll make this same green. And we'll kind of give this a kind of like that. There. Nice little double doors. Oh, and if you put it on the ground, you can make like a little trap door. It's kind of neat. We don't need a trap door, but that is neat. I feel like that's better. And we can change the door color. I really want something that contrasts the walls. Maybe it's pink. Oh, and because we've chosen some pink trim, it's making the windows pink too. Now that's something I think I remember seeing them say they were going to do that it would remember color choices. I like that. I wonder if we could put a door down here. Yes, we can. Put it right there. Oh, I can't have, apparently not. I can't have shutters and window boxes. So, I guess that window will not have shutters. It will just have flower boxes. There. Put a little path up to the side door. There we go. Now, I could say something about maybe there being a room up here. That works. Cute little house. Now, it is missing something very important, especially considering it's winter. We need a fireplace, which means we need a chimney. We'll put that right there. And we'll raise that up. We're kind of seeing, okay, the other house through this. Don't know if we can really do anything much about that. Close enough. Oh, well, could almost put another little teeny tiny house right here, but we won't. Oh, hello, Kaladin. Well, thank you for popping in and wishing me a good stream. Enjoy your sleep. I hope you have a good one and have a great Saturday. Oh, thank you. Hey, you need to move. Where am I going to move you? I feel like I'll put you over here. There we go. Not like that. And I think we could put two little teeny tiny houses over here. So we're going to do real basic little houses here. Ah, right click cancels what you're doing. Just like, oh no. So we need to lower that. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Okay. You can Control Z like you would any document, so that's helpful. I feel like, I know this is supposed to be a simple house. I'm going to give it semi-fancy windows. And y'all can't see her, but say hello to Miss Maylee, who has joined me up here on my desk. Because, of course, she has. She's like, yeah, no, I'm out of here. She just left. I feel like I want to put... Well, it's a little fancier than I want it, but you know what? We'll do it anyway. That's even fancier. I like that we can move the doors around and the windows and everything else. You know, I really feel like I should have changed the color of everything. Now I gotta do it all individually. Go with the brown. And... oh, we could change the window colors too, I forgot. I feel like I want these purple windows, I don't know. I guess you don't see the windows until nighttime anyway. Okay. Need to turn you a little bit, don't I? Must feel like you can look inside. Now I'm just being nosy, right? But hey, I'm building it for them. I can look inside if I want. Still kind of wish I could copy paste. All right, that's one teeny house done. Let's put a neighbor for him. And I feel like this one is going to be even simpler. So we're going to go back to the basic door. I don't think we want our laundry hanging out in the front. So let's go ahead and change that. Okay, that'll do. You have returned. Well, I have worked on 3 houses in your absence. We'll take a look at our little winter village in a second. Now, I can't have every house looking the same, so let's change the wall colors here. Go with, yuck. No, no. We want something cheery. We already got a green one over there. Let's go with this blue. Need a window over here. You know what? We're going to give him a nice bay window over here. Because why not? He's got such a tiny house. Or she. I don't know. Somebody's living here. There. Oh, you know what? We forgot. We need chimneys. This is winter. There's no way they're sitting here at home not having some sort of fire to keep them warm. So we'll put that chimney there. We'll put this chimney here. It was near 80 today. Really odd for November. Yeah, it was pretty warm yesterday here. So when the power went out, it was kind of uncomfortably warm. There we go. Couple of cute little houses there. So, since you've missed the walkthrough so far, this is my little winter village. We've got a little tavern and inn over this way. Maybe that's where the groundskeeper lives, in there. And a couple of the rooms have little balcony space. Because why not? And we have a pond for ice skating. And we have a little meeting area for the town. A little stage for performances. You can be if you wish. Nobody's running it currently. Little place that, well, I imagine there's some benches under there where people can change in and out of their ice skates. Then we have these two little houses, which I built previously. Got this cute little house. I like this one. I would live here. It's even got a fenced yard. I'd live in that one. It's cute. And then right next to it, we have this bigger house. Kind of fancy. Maybe the mayor lives here. Even got a little garden shed. What do you think I would build in a fantasy setting building-wise? What would you build? Let me think. I could see you building a little medieval city with a blacksmith and a very rowdy tavern with an inn on top. You know, a couple rooms for people to sleep it off. And maybe up the hill, there would be a small castle where the Thane lives. Several little houses for the residents. A market area, because you have to have a market area. Wow, I think I just described Windhelm, didn't I? So, I imagine you building Windhelm. I think it was Windhelm. You'd build a monastery with the world's largest library. I think they have something similar to that in Solitude, don't they? And of course, these are the two houses I just built. Oh, and look, there's a little birdhouse up here. Neat. And, oh, the birds flew away. I was going to show you the little birdies. They're so cute. We could sneak up on them. Oh, hi, Hrothgar. Yeah, that is a giant library. Darn it, they ran off again. I built this while you were away. And cute little house here. Got a little upper balcony. I wasn't able to make a railing around it, which is kind of disappointing. I'm wondering. Now I can't seem to get it to make a little railing. I'm kind of disappointed. It should have like a rail around it though. I think that's it for the town so far. It's a cute little wintry village. Certainly room for more houses. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses, and the inn. Little teeny tiny. I guess this is a hamlet too. And speaking of which, I don't think I've gotten a chance to do much with the hamlet, but I don't know what that was. There's the little hamlet. That's the one I showed you in the picture. And got our church over here. With a big gazebo in the back for the congregation to meet. And a podium for the priest to stand on. And of course, a little bitty cemetery over here. And a really cute little house. A little balcony overlooking the pond. And ducks. We have ducks. Oh my god, they're fish! Hold on. They added fish to the pond. Oh my god, that's new. I love it. There's little bitty fish swimming around. I'm so happy. If you were to have any profession in a fantasy setting, what would you choose this be? Time to go fishing with the duckies. No, I leave the fishy for the duckies. I bet you that ducks love that. That is fantastic. Okay, enough squealing like a little girl. So we got the church. We got a cute little house. I would absolutely be living in this house now. Because I could look out on the balcony with a cup of coffee or tea and watch the ducks and the little fish swim. And we got another little house here. Now, I feel like this is probably the rectory house. This is where the priest and his family lives. Ah. It's a very nice little house, right? And there's a little bitty house here. feel like it's kind of crooked. Oh well, doesn't matter. But I imagine that there's a widow that lives here on her own. And the pastor and his family come and check on her now and then. Make sure she's doing okay. Okay. I can't stand it. What has been seen cannot be unseen. I have to fix it. That's better. And then we have behind the rectory this little teeny tiny house. And I imagine that is the groundkeeper for this big fancy house here, which is probably where the mayor lives. He's got a nice big huge balcony up here. And it's a nice stone house. Very fancy. He's Mr. Fancy Pants. And the groundkeeper, he tends the little flower bed, and maybe there's a little bitty vegetable garden back there he tends. And of course, you can't have a town or a hamlet without the tavern and inn. And this is this town's tavern and inn. And the groundkeeper for the inn lives here. And there are lots of rooms at this inn, so they must get lots of visitors. I love these little banners you can put up. They're neat. Oh! I have a lot more houses here than I thought. I think maybe the innkeeper and his family live in this little house right next to the inn. I'd open a bookstore, Nordic's Rare Book. I'd sell books, maps, tomes, astronomy charts, offer bookmaking services and map-making calligraphy commission. The map-making would interest me. I guess this is like kind of one of the wealthier families. Maybe grandma and the parents and 3 or 4 kids live here. And I imagine this is probably grandma's space up here. Maybe the little mother-in-law apartment, you know? It's got a really fancy little balcony in the back. And of course, there's a little family that lives in here. And maybe the husband helps tend the grounds. And the wife helps, like, school the children. Then we got a couple little houses here for brand new families. And over here, we have the grocer. Because you have to have a grocer. My little winter village doesn't have a grocer yet. Your friend Bender wants to know where the... No. This is not that type of town. Tell Bender that. There might be alcohol here, but there's no strip joints. This is a good little medieval village with a church. And there's a little pond. And there's a little duck swimming in it. Hello, ducky. Oh, no. Don't swim in the rock. And you can pet the ducks. Yes, they do. But still. And over here, we got a couple more little houses tucked away. So you got this one here. Maybe that's where the fisherman lives. And he does the fishing, and his wife cleans and fillets the catch, and then they take it to the market and sell it. And they keep some of it for themselves. And then you go across the bridge, and there's a woodsman that lives here. And he provides wood for all the fireplaces. And Bender says, forget that town. He's going to make his own town with hookers and blackjack. Then he said, you know what? Forget the town and the blackjack. Yeah. And Bender's a funny guy. So I think that's the whole town so far. We do have a couple small places left we could put houses. Maybe back in this corner we could put a house or two. Maybe even a whole little line of teeny tiny houses. Imagine a sitcom with Bender and Sterling Archer as roomies. That show would rock too hard for modern audiences. There's like a half a dozen ducks swimming in that pond. Oh no, there's more. 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's like 10 ducks swimming in the pond. That's great. I know, it's silly, but they're so cute. Oh, sheep. And the sheep's got a bird on his head. You think the ducks need a larger pond? I don't think I can make it too much bigger. Besides, it is bigger than it looks. And they've got the whole stream, too. So if we go in here, you can see they've got all of this. So they've got a much bigger space than you think. See, I thought of the ducks. I had a ton of fun making this. And like I said, I can build a couple more things here. Just haven't decided what yet. So we have that one. There's our winter village we were just working on. You figured out you figured out my fancy Tom job. You will be in charge of the quackers. Make sure the duckies are all happy. I would probably be in charge of like all the animals. Let's see, go back here. And what made me really happy is that some of my earlier builds, when it was just a demo, I got to carry them over. Like, let's look at this one. Right, actually, no, let's look. This one, I think, was my first. So, this one, you got a little path here that leads to a teeny tiny house, and you have stairs up, and you go into this underneath, and there's a door back there, and you go through the door, and you can go upstairs, and out here, and across the bridge to this house here. And you got this house with this tower and its own little balcony. And you go past this house and over this way, you have another house. And a couple of little sheds. And this is supposed to be, this here is supposed to be the well for the property. So there's like about 5 families that live here. But this was back when it was just a demo. And this little space here, you see this little round space right here? That was all the space you had to build in. I think I made the most of it. You could actually make that as a real diorama. Probably could, although I imagine I wouldn't do that great. Now, I've seen, there is a lady on YouTube, and I cannot remember her name anymore, but she takes cardboard and other bits of, like, trash and stuff, and she makes these really fancy, she's made these little mushroom night lights and little houses and all sorts of stuff, and her stuff is fantastic. I don't think I quite have the talent or the patience to do that. So, building dioramas in this, it's the second best thing. But yeah, that is one of my earliest builds, which I actually could improve and expand on now. But I'm not sure what I want to do with it, and I don't really want to mess it up. One does not start out playing in the world's greatest symphony. One must practice, practice, practice. Very true. Very true. So we have to keep going back for stuff we've already looked at. I don't know what I was doing here. It's just one little teeny tiny house. Kind of cute. But, wait. I think that little teeny tiny house expanded into something. Because there it is again, but it's got other stuff around it. Oh, wait. Well, I mean, here, let's... It's pretty much kind of a medieval style, but there are options. We'll build into this world. Now, this gives you a very clear look at where you were allowed to build in the demo. Because that circular fence, that was the end of your limit. Now, I want to lower this. There. Alright, so let's clear some space. I think we're going to actually get rid of a couple trees this time. Not all, just some of the smaller ones. Now, I can move a couple of these over. a good little space to build at. All right, so we go over here, and we got a couple of choices. We got this round tower-like piece, and we have this more rectangular piece. So we'll look at the rectangular piece and see it looks like a little boxy house. But some of the things we can do are make the roof really pointy. We can pull it out and just make it a roof with flat sides. We can rotate that roof, so we could do it this way or that way. We can raise it even further, so we got a really tall roof. Let's see. So there's some options with the roof. Go ahead and lower that again. And I think you can make this pretty tall. About 4 stories tall. Or you can make it really super short. And so we got the super short, almost an A-frame house, but not quite. Then you have your choice of wall colors in a couple different styles. You kind of have a stucco style in 8 different colors. You have 5 different stone colors. And then, of course, you have the wattle and comb, which was like the most common housing back in medieval times. Actually, that gives me an idea. Can I? No, I can't hit delete and delete it. But all right. So we're going to flatten this, because you can also flatten it and just create a square shape. And then I'm going to get rid of those, I know there's a proper term for them. Those blocks. Alright, that's good. We're going to pull it out this way. Oh, and yes, size-wise. So you can make a pretty big block, and you can connect blocks together in any way you want. We're going to not make this part too big. There's a reason behind that. Well, you can do that because there is a round block piece. But right now, we are taking what we have here and we're going to make something real quick. We're going to go with this grayish brick here. Now, and connect that, and I'm going to lower that all the way down. And then, if I can click on it, we'll raise this up a tiny bit. That'll do. we need a set of steps up. And while I'm thinking about it, we're going, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a door. And you can, if you do just one door, you get a little bitty door like that. But then if you put 2 doors side by side, you get a bigger door. 3 doors gives you a set of double doors, which is what we're going for here. You made a shocking discovery about the Patriot. What? It's been a while since I watched that. I can't imagine any shocking discoveries. 3 doors down gives you some good music. I can't disagree with that. Now, we're going to take another piece. And we're going to expand it out this way. And we're going to, there, expand it out this way. And we're going to expand out this way. All the British regiments in the movie, save for the Dragoons, were royal regiments, despite the fact that they were only 3 royal regiments. The Dragoons should have had green uniforms. Well, I'm sure they did the best they could. Now, I'm going to raise this. But we're also going to raise this. And you can see we've added a second level. We're going to lower that. We don't want that to be that big. And before we continue, we can go over here. And we're going to pick this wall style. And we're going to make that I feel like we're going to go with this traditional yellowy color. And then a nice dark color for the wood. Yep. So we have built a Tudor-style house. I'm going to pull this out a little bit more. I'm going to make this dark gray. Then we can add windows, whatever we need to add to it. Kind of neat, huh? I will finish that later. Now, you asked about a wizard tower. And we do indeed have a round piece. Which we can make about the same height. But we can also increase the height if we want to. And actually, now I think about it, can I... It looks like a rocket. Well, at least it doesn't look like a... You don't want to hear the answer I got from the background. So, here we've got that. If we really wanted to, we could attach a piece to the side. And can we make this small enough to... Yes, we can. We can make it small enough that it will connect on the side like a floating piece. I can't even, there we go. Let's say, I can't even, zoom out enough to see that. It looks like a Chinese bottle rocket. Or we could turn this into a balcony way up top. Maybe this is Rapunzel's tower. And we can change the... You know, this tutor doesn't look good with this. So we could go with... Let's remove the tutoring. Now you need to get Crayola to sponsor the building of the tower because it looks like a crayon to you. Ah! No, too big. There we go. I'm gonna raise this up. We could even make it like it's got a roof and then put some windows on it. But I kind of like the balcony idea better. I'm going to put the balcony up even higher. There we go. A little door up here. Of course, it should have a door down here. And I guess we need a path. Whoa! Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Luckily, Z is a thing. Control Z is a thing. Wow, words. I swear I know them. There. I know some words I do not know. Well, that's true. There's a lot of words I don't know. Some of them are in foreign languages. Many of them are in foreign languages. There we go. That's a little better. So now we have lots of room for things like windows. Let's see what colors we can make it, because that yellow doesn't really work, does it? We have a dark gray, we have blue, We have a kind of sagey green color. We have white. We have like this light peachy color. We have this yellow. We have pink, and that's very pink. And we have a reddish pink. And then, of course, we have the dark stone, the lighter gray stone, the lightest gray stone, the yellow stone, and kind of a pinkish stone. The dark stone looks nice. Okay, we will change it to dark stone then. And I feel like we should leave the balcony, but maybe make it a different color. Dark stone tower. Let's make the well, I guess that will work. There. What do you think? And there's our wizard's tower. We'll have to add some more windows. And this is where he keeps the princess that he's holding captive. But nobody in the town knows it. It's a properly erect wizard's tower. Yes. Of course, because he's trying to hide what he's doing, we're going to beautify the outside of his place with a few flowers. Oh, well, if we were actually in the flowers. The princess is there. No, she's not. She was on her way to her sister's wedding, and she was kidnapped by a wizard. And now he's holding her here. I don't know why he's holding her there, but he is. She's a slave to love. This isn't Raceland Magier. Oh, that's right. We have these things. Well, no, it isn't, because that tower isn't red. Let's put this up here. We'll put a couple of them in. Whoops. We put that one down too low. Move that up. Move that one up. Yeah, he went through all the stages. He wore the white robes, and then after his trials, he wore the red robes. And then he eventually ended up wearing the black robes. So there, he's got placed defensive spots that he can cast spells to chase off intruders. I can't remember. I know that there's a proper name for these things. I remember there was once a oh yeah, you can make them like this too. Yeah, he went on a whole journey from being just a sick boy to becoming pretty evil. They're called loopholes. So there. Now he's got one. He's got, well, 4 of them. Kind of covering the majority of the tower. Oh, you know what I keep forgetting to do? I keep forgetting to put little lights up. So we'll start here. And we'll turn this. I need to turn it. Thank you. No, thank you. There. We need lights. We're going to put another one down here, because if you put it on the ground like that, then you turn it into a little lantern. And if you put it up on the wall, you turn it into a hanging lantern. And you can't really do anything to change this except change the color of the light. So the wizard could have a nice purple light. And here we could have some nice, I'm thinking, we'll go with this bluish glow. Hey, it should be called the Hanging Lantern. That would be a nice name for inn, wouldn't it? Of course, it needs a lot of work. We still don't have the windows or anything. I think we need to make this taller. Oh, we gotta raise that up. Guess that's about the best we're gonna do with it. You know, I don't know much anything about blackjack. I mean, it's not like I play many card games in general. Only thing I ever remember playing was like solitaire and Go Fish and Uno when I was a kid. Poker and blackjack have just not ever been much of a thing. A little bit I do know about them is from like, I don't know if you remember, there used to be an old game, and I can't remember, it might have been a Sierra game. It was called Hoyle Casino. You don't gamble at all? You can play cards, but you don't gamble. Yeah, just, I don't know. My grandmother was very much against gambling. The irony is that occasionally she liked to buy a scratch-off ticket. So she hated gambling, but she'd buy scratch-offs. And it's like, to her, that wasn't gambling. Okay, it's actually more gray than black, but still, it's a very dark color. I will do scratch-off tickets if someone gets me one, but I won't buy them myself. I won't even buy them for someone else. I'm very anti-gambling. Well, I have to admit, I will occasionally. But my idea of getting a scratch-off ticket, I will get... Ah, I went the wrong way again. I had it in the right place. Fudge. Where'd it go? I will buy the ones that are like crossword puzzles because I like to do them. So I think that the wizard lives on that floor. So these are his quarters. And then up here is, of course, where the princess resides. And she's got 2 floors to herself. Isn't that special? Well, he's got the whole rest of the tower to himself. So I guess it's not that special. I think I moved everything over the wrong way. Now, see, this is something I would like as a grid so I could line things up better. I know, very, very finicky, huh? All right, let's see what this looks like at night. There we go, it's nighttime. Look, there's even little fireflies. All the little windows light up. Even the keyholes light up. And we even have birds flying around at night. So yeah, you can, there is a camera mode. We go over here, we got camera mode. We can look at this from different angles. We can have a flyover look. So we get a more aerial view. Or we have our walking view. So we can see everything at eye level. Somebody could have a ton of fun making some impressive things. In fact, people have made some impressive things already in this game. So I'm sure they have done walkthrough videos of their build. Me, my stuff's not so impressive so far. I just like making homey looking little villages. Stupid internet is hiccuping bad right now. Well, I mean, I can't say anything. I know the feel. Oh, look at all the fireflies. Oh, I want a screenshot of that. Oh, look at the bazillion fireflies over here. It reminds me of that song by Owl City, Fireflies. Well, we'll look in a second, because we do have to end soon if we don't want to miss the dungeon. Wait, is the Dungeon Delver streaming tonight? You know what? I don't even know. But let's go ahead and finish this up. So it actually saves automatically, so I don't have to worry about like losing progress, which is always good. We'll go to the store page. It came out September 23rd, so it's just a little over a month old now. It's $14.99. It's actually, I would say, well worth the price. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you'll return to watch him. You said the Delver's streaming, but you're taking a break. Not into D&D or Gamma World. I guess they're returning to Gamma World now that October's over. The Call of Cthulhu was fun. I was not expecting as many people to survive as dead. Let's take a look at some of the screenshots. Somebody built this. Oh my God, look how intricate this is. So you can build like castles. I mean, and that's just showing the different screenshot filters. So this has filters. And you can just see there's an incredible amount of talent from people who have used this already. Everything from the little teeny tiny things. You're not a fan of AD&D 1E, and nor am I married to the beliefs of Gygax, and I feel like I'm at odds with most of the posters on the Delver stream. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. I do find the streams fun just because I'm enjoying watching the people play. I think if I were to play D&D, I would probably go older rather than newer. But having said that, I would also probably lean towards Castles and Crusades because I do have that. Or I would lean towards somewhere on a flash drive. I have the books for a Lord of the Rings role-playing game, which would probably be my top speed, if that makes sense. But yeah, Tiny Glade is $14.99. Perhaps it will go on sale for the holidays. Who knows? But I would say it is well worth it. And as you can see, it has overwhelmingly positive reviews. Literally 97% of the 2,700 users have rated it positive. You've been considering ditching all your D&D stuff, save for Rules Cyclopedia, just because the interest for D&D for me is dead. I mean, you could send it to me, or you could sell it. I bet you could get some good money, especially if you have some older stuff. But, you know, if it's not interesting you, it's not interesting you. And if you want that space for something else, I totally get it. But like I said, I just enjoy watching them play because it's fun to see the interactions between people that are playing. Honestly, don't pay that much attention to the chat, which is very sad. Yeah, I should pay attention to it sometime. You're actually going to send in a trade list for the 6 spell compendiums for Noble Knight Games simply because I bought them 7 years ago and never used them once, and they just collect dust. Yeah, if they're still pretty much in new shape, that would be a definite. I would do that too. Each one is worth a good chunk of cash. But hey, you might get a little money to add to your hex games. Your what? I can't remember exactly. All I remember is the hexagonal part. Hex and counter wargaming. Yeah, I mean that would be my thing. If that's what interests you right now, you trade in, sell off those things that aren't interesting you and are just taking up space, and use that money to put into what interests you. I mean, I should probably think about doing that myself. I have like a ton of yarn. Some of it I'm definitely still going to use because I still do like to crochet. I just haven't done it in a while. But some of it I will probably never, ever, 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 ever use. I should probably consider doing that myself, selling it. Some of it's kind of fancy yarn like mohair and wool and stuff like that. But yeah, I do totally get what you mean. But that's my thinking with the spell companion volumes. I will hold on to the AD&D 2E stuff at least a little while longer, but the desire to play it just isn't there, and I'm not overly nostalgic for Dungeons and Dragons. Well, like I said, if the interest isn't there, then I it isn't there. You might find somebody in the Dungeon Delvers Discord when you decide you want to get rid of it who might buy it from you. Because I'm sure there are people that would be interested in picking it up. Okay, what is going on? I'm having issues with my Steam chat. You rather sell the stuff and turn them into store credit that can be used? Yeah, that's what I said. If it's not something you're using and it's worth something, then trade it in for things that you will get enjoyment out of. That totally makes sense. I mean, I would say the same thing to anybody who's picked up a hobby, especially if it's a pricier one, and then decided they don't want to do it anymore. You know, maybe there's something else that interests you more. Sell what you have. You might take a little bit of a loss, but you're still going to be ahead some money that you can put into something that more tickles your fancy. I mean, for me, clearly, I enjoy video games. I have a few, too many. But half of those are free games, and now the other half, well, they were things I got through like humble choice. Your experience with D&D has been predominantly negative, and I blame the community for that. I mean, I can't speak to that because I don't know your personal experience with the community. And maybe because I just watch the games instead of really participating in them. And I'm kind of on the periphery. So my experience is different. I will admit that when I did try to play 3rd edition D&D, I wasn't a good fit for the table that I found myself at. I was at that time a lot more insecure and shy and quiet. And let me tell you, those things don't mesh very well with a more gregarious group of D&D players. So I was kind of really out of place. You just grew tired of dealing with adult children. That sounds like you had some really bad luck with tables. I don't know. It seems like the people that play at the Dungeon Delvers tables tend to be more mature. Maybe because they're all older, much older. Some of them older than me. But I don't think I could play with much like people that were much younger than me, because I imagine the attitudes are much different. Also, the reason you quit on Warhammer 40k, miniature wargaming, and Magic the Gathering just got fed up with adult children. See, I haven't really played any of those, although I can attest to there being some adult children in Magic the Gathering. Not all of them. I'm sure there are some lovely people that play Magic, but the people that I personally knew that played were the type that would go to a diner at midnight and maybe order a round of drinks and 1 or 2 plates of food and take up a table for hours to play their game, which I imagine the waitresses absolutely hated, because here they were having to deal with this group of people for hours on end, and they knew they weren't going to get hardly anything in the way of tip. People I played with were so far below my level, which is pro level, and no matter how I nerfed, I'd make my decks, they would lose and complain all the time. Got fed up with it. See, to me, that sounds like a skill issue. They weren't skilled enough to beat you, so they whined. That'd be like me opening up some random game for the first time and playing it and getting my ass handed to me and then complaining that the game's too hard. No, that's a skill issue. I gotta play it a few times and get good. Sounds like they needed to play more and get good, and then they might have had a chance of beating you. I tried so many times to sit down with them and teach them Magic, and none of them actually listened. Then they got pissed when I said I wasn't even playing full bore. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about other people's reactions. Like the Stoics say, the only things we can control is how we think, how we feel, and what we do and say. what we can't control is how other people think, feel, and what they do or say. And if they were getting mad at you, they were trying to control something that was not theirs to control. Does that make sense? If you went full bar on people you were playing against, they would stand zero chance. You played laid back and let people play, and the only time you would take someone out is if they went after you. Like I said, sounds like they had a skill issue. And if they were getting mad at you, then, well, they were getting mad at the wrong thing. And it sounds like you tried to help them, but they didn't want the help. So I would say you did the right thing by withdrawing your interest in playing with them. The two most casual noob players in the store loved playing with me because I taught them and let them play. They hated the others who just bashed their brains in. Well, that's good. So you did have some positive interactions in there. That's nice, and that you were able to help them and help them learn at their own pace. That was actually a very admirable words. I swear I know them, but that was a very admirable thing of you. Yeah, gaming needs more people that are willing to say, okay, I'm here. I will help you learn at whatever pace you need to learn at. Just let me know. It was all an ego stroke for most of the players there. A number of them thought they were, oh shit, they ran into the buzzsaw that is me and my 80% win rate. Hey, I have to admit, I have run into a couple of Magic players. Like I said, the aforementioned ones that would spend hours at the diner to play their game, and a couple of them were pretty cocky. I don't know what it is about that particular game. It seems to draw a higher rate of cocky people. Not all of them. Like I said, I'm sure plenty of them are perfectly nice, but not all of them. And I think that's for any game you play. Doesn't matter if it's D&D or Magic the Gathering or Lord of the Rings Online. You run into people like that. It just, the percentages are different. But yeah, it does sound like if you're not interested in the D&D or other tabletop game stuff that you have, get your money and put it into the hobbies that you like. You will get a lot more enjoyment that way. Your personality type doesn't mesh well with most people. You're very blunt and straightforward. You don't sugarcoat things. You don't be around the bush. Tend to be more diplomatic, but at the same time, I can be very, some people would say brutally honest. Some people say I don't have much of a filter. So if I think something is BS, I might say it politely, but I'm going to say it's BS. I mean, I pissed I pissed a couple of my coworkers off in 2016 when they were talking about voting for Hillary, and I said I didn't vote based on what was between someone's legs. You like to teach, but when people ask to be taught yet don't listen or learn, yeah, well, yeah, that tends to irk anybody who's trying to teach. That is that's totally understandably annoying. I get that. That's when you slap someone upside the head and go, "Hey, you paying attention or not? If you're not, I got better things to do with my time." I thought it was funny that they would use MTG cards I was using, yet had no clue how to use them properly and got ticked off with me in the cards. How old were these guys? They sound like noobs. I mean, I don't know 2/10 of F all about Magic the Gathering, but even I would gather that if you're playing a game with cards, you at least want to have some clue what your cards do. Oh my God. Well, that's that whole you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Actually, you can. Um, but some refuse to learn. That's the one that I would have had to pull aside and say, hey, listen, yeah, you're older. Yeah, you probably know a lot more than most people have. You've probably forgotten more than most people know. But do, or do that, you can still learn. This is coming from somebody who's 53 and absolutely loves learning new things. That guy thought he was hot shite and would get ticked when he couldn't beat me no matter what he did. He legit got angry and even table flipped a couple times. Oh, that type of person. Yeah, there's no teaching him. When you let your temper overrun your logic like that, yeah, he had a long way to go still to learn. That's the type of person I would say, excuse me, dude. Here's a book called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Try reading it. And yes, I have read most of it. I'm a big fan of Stoicism. Sad thing is, I didn't need to teach him to play. He just had no understanding of the words tactics and timing. So he might have known what his cards did, but he still didn't know how to play right. And I'll bet I probably wouldn't be good with the tactics and timing. But it's not my type of game, so I'm not sitting there subjecting anybody to me playing it. He was playing Candyland while I was playing chess at a Grandmaster level. Hey, there's nothing wrong with Candyland. Of course, I was playing Candyland when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old. By the time I was 10, me and my brother had graduated to things like Battleship and Mousetrap and Connect Four. Oh, and whatever we could get our hands on the Atari. Oh, yeah. And I guess you could say my parents were very big on game night because, see, what did we have? We had Clue that we played, and I mean, we were like young. So we were like 9, 10 years old, and we were playing things like Clue, Trivial Pursuit, Monopoly. There was another game, Risk. My dad flipped his lid one time playing Battleship. I called out one, and I won, and he kept saying, "Why do you win? How do you win?" And flipped his lid. Me and my brother loved playing that. That was like one of the go-tos for rainy days. Some people are just, maybe gaming shouldn't even be their hobby, you know, if they're going to get that upset over losing. I said no, the letter I and the number 1, and he just looked at me with that STFU parents give their kids sometimes. Yes, they did. But you know what? We love our parents anyway. But yeah, it's 9:30. And I know you're not interested in the Dungeon Delver, but I thought I'd at least catch some of the stream. Like I said, I just enjoy watching them play because it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting to see what'll happen next. I think it's more from a storyteller perspective because, I do like writing. I just haven't like done any fiction writing in a while. Maybe that'll change next year. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the conversation. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, if you're not enjoying that role playing stuff, get your money and put it into the stuff you like. Okay? But that's my final advice for the night because, I don't want to sound bossy. Last one I was watching, I nearly fell asleep. You're welcome, SB. Well, yeah. Well, hey, if you need a sleep aid, stop on by the stream, right? But yeah, I want to thank anybody else who stopped by, including Drive-By who came in, Kaladin who popped in to wish me a good stream. And of course, if you popped in or out or stuck around for a bit and just hung out, well, I still appreciate you. And yes, I will catch you on Sunday, Nordic. But next time, hey, say hi. I promise I don't bite. Once again, thank you. Have a great night. And until next time, bye for now.